known in Central Jersey area, and she's an experienced physical therapist with 23 years of experience in different rehab settings and has treated thousands of patients. Garima is a certified kinesiology taping practitioner, certified into the current concept of joint replacement, certified in rehabilitation of shoulder joints, and their clinic is highly equipped with modern instruments, and they treat patients with ortho, neuro, and vestibular conditions. Their clinic is spatially well known for manual therapy. What best can I tell you? Today I invited this guest because I have been her patient for some time, and she has just saved me from multiple surgeries. Garima, a hearty, warm welcome to this special session of Community Special.
Thank you very much, Jyotsna. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and Mana TV to give me this opportunity to connect with you and with the audience. And I appreciate everybody who is watching us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sparing your time. And I remember when I was talking about, we becoming couch potatoes, our lifestyle being resorted to, unlimited screen time. Kids are playing video games. They were schooling under this online concept. They were involved into, many hours of computer screen usage. They have been on phones and televisions. People have been working from home and have been investing a humongous time in front of computer screens. And then people have been watching TV in a slouchy, couchy potato, situation. And what has happened of late and of course, people have been extensively cooking, also straining their body and though improvising on their culinary skills, Now, with entire things happening and people sitting at home, not going for their joggings and all, not going exactly to their, exercise centers, the fitness, centers, life has become different.
Absolutely.
And I thought, who else than an expert physical therapist like you can save us in terms of saving our joint health, bones health, body strength, muscle strength, and everything.
Thank you so much.
So Garima, we are going to talk a lot of good things about, this topic. First and foremost, we would like to know from you personally, your journey of becoming a physical therapist first. People either prefer to become doctors and engineers, as you know, and physical therapy is a profession I have loved. People, those who have treated me, I really have a high regard because from a perspective of getting treatments when you have some problems with your bones and you don't want to go for a surgery, I was never aware that physical therapists can be great saviors. Why did you choose this career, one? And then your journey about healing and physical therapy, I would like to know.
Sure, that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking me that. I would love to share my small story why I chose physical therapy as a profession. As I was growing in India, everybody would want to be either a doctor or an engineer, and that's where I was heading to. I wanted to be a doctor. But my life changed actually when I was in high school. My father had a major accident and his hand was crushed and he had multiple surgeries done on his hand. And then finally, after doing the surgeries, the doctor recommended him to go to physical therapy. And truly speaking, that was the first time I heard about physical therapy. I had no idea what physical therapy was until then. And I used to accompany my father when he used to go for therapy. And I was so fascinated looking at how the therapist was working with my father. And of course, it was not just looking at my father. I was also, because I was there sitting with him while watching other patients as well, I came across a 17-year-old guy who had an accident and had a spinal injury. And he lost the function of both his legs and was not able to walk. So, and it just so happened that my father and him went kind of joined therapy at the same time. So I was seeing my father progressing as well as him progressing at the same time. Now, of course, I was attached to my father. So little things that he would be able to do after a few days of therapy would make us all feel happy. Usually what happens is when we look at a patient, we look at a patient just as a patient, but we forget that it is not just that patient who is affected because of his dysfunction. His family gets affected because of that as well. And I can tell you that because I experienced it. My father, like I'm telling you, the small joys, like he was able to button his shirt. That was something for us. He was able to hold a spoon. So that was something big for us. And these small little things made us feel so happy. And that's where I started feeling, oh my God, this is amazing. Like how you can bring happiness to so many people by just helping, using your hands. And then as I was telling you about that guy, by the time we finished, he was able to walk. And it was so amazing to, how he started walking, taking baby steps, and then he was walking. So actually, that was the reason that I'm in this profession today. So I should say thanks to my father.
Wow, amazing. What an inspirational story. And I mean, a human connect, I would call it.
Absolutely.
And that's where I believe your the name of the clinic comes from, Healing Hands Physical Therapy. Of course, I would like to know the story of, your Healing Hands clinic, basically, and your journey as a physical therapist, your background.
Sure, Josna. I have been a therapist from past 23 years. I received my degree in physical therapy from MGR University in Chennai in 1997. And then I worked for 3 years in India and then moved to US. And after getting my license as a physical therapist in US, I started working. And I have worked in different facilities, acute care, long-term, short-term, nursing homes, outpatient. And I know I was working and I was okay working. I was fine. I was happy with it. But still, there was something that I thought was missing. I was not able to get that human connect somewhere where I knew I could do more for my patient, but I understand all the clinics, they have their own protocols and everything. So I had to follow that. So I could not do what I wanted to do. And of course, as I told you, I was somewhere not happy about it. So that's where I started feeling maybe I should start my own practice where I can connect with my patients. I can know what exactly is going on in their life and make some difference in their life. I did not want to treat a patient just for the ailment that he is coming for. A patient does not come just for back pain. A patient comes as a whole. So I wanted to basically connect with the patient, understand everything, the aspects of his or her life, whatever they want to do, they want to achieve in the life. So that was the reason we started Healing Hands Physical Therapy in 2011. And we have been growing ever since. And now we have a 2,000 square facility. And we are well equipped with all the state-of-art equipments, and we use all the modern technology and, of course, our manual therapy here.
And I understand with your manual therapy, you have a solid human connect.
Absolutely.
The healing touch.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you for that, nice experience and the journey that you have shared, with us. Now, Garima, as you understand with the current situation where people have been under lockdown, our lifestyles have changed to a major extent where our movements have been curtailed. And there has been a stress that is psychological, but it does show on the body. And I want to know from you as a physical therapist, how it has impacted our general lives and our health in general, and what kind of pains that have come, the bodily pains that people have experienced. You being a physical therapist, your patients must have reported to you. Share that experience as well first.
Absolutely. So, Josna, as we all know, since the lockdown started, it's been almost 3 months, and we all are at home. And of course, not everybody gets to rest at home. There are people who are working from home also. And I was looking at the data. So this the screen time has since March, the screen time has increased to about 33 to 45%.
Oh, wow.
Which is, I mean, I'm talking about they used to do it like 4 to 5 hours is general, but we are talking about 33 to 45% of that. It has increased that much.
Wow.
And now working on the screens, of course, not everybody keeps a good posture. Not everybody knows the good posture. So that has impacted our muscles, our joints, our mobility. And of course, now everybody is working at home, as you just said. Everybody is finding a chef in themselves and cooking a lot more and cleaning a lot more and doing everything. And and we forget. I mean, I know I might be telling you things, but even I forget sometimes. So we all are human. But the only thing is, are we aware of the good posture? Are we aware of the right technique? So that's where I would say that some of us have failed to follow those things. And I mean, I am getting a lot of patients now with neck pain and back pain. And again, if I think about it, it's the posture that's causing that muscle imbalance, basically, and affecting everything in our body.
Wow. So with this kind of situation, I would like to go one-on-one, with the certain situations that have arisen, like people have reported of extensive neck pain, shoulder pains, back pain. I would need your insight. Why these pains have been occurring, the root cause for them, and if you have any solutions there.
Sure, Jyotsna. So now think about it. How do we sit? We are sitting for definitely longer than what we were sitting before, right? And either we are sitting on the bed or on the couch. And even if we are working, we do not have the ergonomic setup that you would have in the office. So we are basically working with whatever is available. And we are not able to set up that proper posture. So let's first talk about sitting. Now, what sitting can do to you, prolonged sitting, right? So now when you're sitting on a chair or a couch and your feet are on the ground, your knees are bent, right? And your hips are, we call it flexed hip, where they're bent, right? So now what is happening is, because your knees are bent, the muscles at the back of the knee are getting tight, because you're not moving them the way you should be moving them. You're not walking the way you were walking usually. And now because you're sitting, the muscles in front of your hip, which are called the hip flexors or the psoas, mainly that's the major muscle, which gets tight. Now, because those muscles are getting tight, the muscles at the back of your hip are getting lengthened. So basically, we call it a muscle imbalance. One side of the joint has short muscles, other side of the joint has long muscles.
Wow.
So which causes imbalance in the muscle. And we start to have pain in the back, pain in the hip. And of course, if we come up to the neck, now think about it, when we are looking at the screen or the computer or, phone, what we're doing is we are kind of looking forward in this way, where our neck is kind of, it's called a forward head posture, basically. Because that's where we look, right? Or else we have our cell phone and we just look at our cell phone here. So we are bent. Our neck is always bent. So what it will do is, your anterior neck muscles, the front of the neck muscles will be tight. And again, the back will have the elongated muscles. And again, that is causing the imbalance. And I mean, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it can actually, you can feel the pain going down in your arms or in your legs, like where you feel the numbness, tingling. And I have had patients who have headaches because of this.
So Garima, excuse me, sorry, I'm getting one call right now, probably from a caller who would like to ask some question. Hello, and we'll come back. Hello. Hi, can you please tell your name and, I would like to know your name first.
My name is Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn. Yes, do you have any message or question for Garima?
Sure. I have a question. I've been going, I've been going to Healing Hands for many years, from various issues that I've had, from back pain to shoulder surgery to a knee replacement. And one of the things that I like about it is that I've been doing a physical therapist, and I like the idea that Garima is very involved with all parts of it, not just here's your exercises and then leading, but the mental part of it and the struggle that you might be having, and paying attention to see that you're not doing too much or doing too little. But the other thing I was wondering is, at this point in this COVID-19 situation that we're all in, when you are spending a lot more time sitting down doing nothing or watching TV or reading or doing something like that, I find that when I get up, I'm a lot stiffer. I'm a lot more, my back bothers me a lot more. Just not that it's going out, but just feels very uncomfortable as far as strain and stress. Like it could give me a problem if I move the wrong way. And I was wondering if there's any particular things that you can do to try and keep it a little bit stronger when you're spending that much time in one spot.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Marilyn, first of all, sharing your experience with Garima and Healing Hand Physical Therapy. And your question definitely is very relevant. In fact, it's not just you. I think most of the people are under the same situation of stiff neck and back, and Garima has to answer back. So Garima, any message for Marilyn and your answer?
First, yes, thank you very much, Marilyn. Thank you for calling us and giving your feedback. Yes, I missed out on the question a little bit, Jyotsna, because the voice
All
is
right,
not
so
as clear.
I will reiterate the question. Marilyn said that, of course, she had a great experience working with you. She underwent so many, of course, surgeries, joint replacements and everything. And under your help and guidance, she has been fit and fine. But yes, with the COVID coming into the picture, they have been spending, of course, a lot of time at home, and now the neck has become stiffer, the back is getting stiffer because you're constantly at home you're not mobile, you're not running around here and there. So that is what it is, right, Marilyn? If I were to summarize your question.
Basically, what can you do to keep it from, like if I'm cooking a lot, or if I'm in one spot a lot, I feel like, you get very stiff, and then all of a sudden you move the wrong way, and it feels like you're going to lose the muscles in your back. They feel weaker. So is there a way that you can do it, like if you're standing at the sink for a long time, if you're sitting at a long time, what positions, what way can you move your position or whatever to try and alleviate that, so that when you do stand up, you're not feeling like you're falling over?
I got it. Thank you so much, Marilyn. So Marilyn is asking, see, we are in a constant state. Either we are standing too long or we are sitting too long. And what happens is the muscles are not getting relaxed, stiffness is coming, or she feels weak in her back. So what could be done in that situation?
Okay, that's a great question, Marilyn. Actually, you have been coming here, so you would know the exercises that I have told you. I don't think you're doing those exercises. I'm sure if you were doing, you wouldn't be complaining. So, but anyways, I will definitely go over those exercises, and I will go over the exercises for neck as well as for back. But first, let's just talk about what is the right posture in sitting and what is the right posture in standing.
And before that, Garima, how much time should we keep shifting ourselves a little bit here and there so that we do not really get stiff if we are actually watching a movie for too long, or we are sitting in front of a computer or on a chair or anywhere? As she said, she's cooking, probably standing too long. Any time duration nitty-gritties where you can talk about that first, and then we move on to posture, because I will put the phone down, of course, and Marilyn would be watching the show live on the TV.
Sure. See, ideally 30 minutes is the maximum that you want to be doing one activity constantly. You should take break every 30 minutes, and the breaks, they don't have to be long breaks. You just take a minute or two. That's about it. And even that 1 or 2 minute would help you. And as I said, I'm going to go over the exercises and stretches that you can do. And those are simple stretches you can do in a minute, whatever time you have. Or even if you don't want to do stretches, just go around, move around, like just change the position. You don't want to be in one position for a very long time. And as I said, 30 minutes is ideal, but 45 minutes is the max I would say you should continue, if at all.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Garima. Thank you, Marilyn. And I hope you'll enjoy watching the show today. You can watch us on our links, the YouTube of Mana TV and Facebook page of Mana TV, as well as simply just log in www.manatv.com or .net, sorry.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful
Thank you, Marilyn.
evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Garima, it's interesting. Your people really love you, and they have been sticking by you, you know, and with multiple treatments undergoing, she is just recovering from one thing to another, and she's doing good. So nice. Yes. Good to know.
And it's been pleasure working with Marilyn too.
Perfect. Thank you. So sorry, I had actually obstructed you while we were talking about the, things about the stiffness in the body and everything, and about, you were talking that you would be talking about postures now. So yes, if you have anything to show or share with us, anything about the neck, first of all, and you were talking with the phone and of course, everything we spoke about that. So guide us more. How
Definitely, definitely. So Jyotsna, actually, I have a video. If you don't mind, I can share that video with you.
Sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me give you the permission to share the video. All right. And to my viewers, if you have any, okay, Garima, I'm having one more question. Let's take this question first, and then I probably will go to the video. So, hello, good evening. Please share your name, and please reduce the volume of your television set or wherever you're watching us. The voice is echoing.
Okay. Sure, I did.
Thank you. So, please, what's your name?
I'm Dr. Nima, Vijaya Nima.
Hi, Dr. Nima. Yes, your message for Garima and anything, any questions?
No questions, but I want to give her input.
Perfect. Share your input, please.
Oh, right now? Because I thought
Oh, you're live on the on the show right now. So you want to send a message? Garima is listening to you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh, so this is, I see a time lag. That's why I was wondering.
Oh my God. Okay.
Right now?
You are absolutely live. Garima is listening to you. And if you have any message, Dr. Nima, please share it. Or if you have any question.
Yes, I do. And Garima has been my physical therapist since I've known her. I guess I've known her for past 8 to 9 years. And she's a good friend of mine also. And but I reached out to her when I really needed. I had really bad plantar fasciitis to the extent I was limping. And here comes Garima to my rescue. And what an excellent therapist she is. Really, her magic touch has helped me recover. And till date, I did not get plantar fasciitis back. Secondly, I had this is recent, 3 days ago. I had a severe back pain. I pulled my muscle. I didn't know where to go, and I had I'm a certified yoga instructor, so I had 2 programs lined up for International Yoga Day.
Oh, wow.
And guess what? I had to approach her again for my therapy, and her magic touch did it again. So I can't appreciate her help enough. So it's from my bottom of my heart. I thank her, and she's a great physical therapist.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Nima. Oh my God. Look at Dr. Garima's fans here. Amazing thing is, you've been a certified yoga instructor yourself, and you had to go for your, first sessions for the International Yoga Day, and pulling a back muscle at that point of time, and then getting fully recovered in 3 days is magical. Amazing. Looks like Garima definitely has that special trait.
I did thank her a lot. I know whatever therapy she has done has helped me. I could feel the sense of comfort and relief on the same day.
Wow, that is interesting to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Nima.
Thank you so much for your time.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Garima, you have got some doctors who are your fans. Amazing. Okay, so we were to go on some screen sharing, and I was about to tell my audience, in case you want to call us, please call us at 631-867-1289. Garima is ready to take calls and guide you about keeping your joints and posture fit. So now the first thing that you're about to share, Garima, please let us know what would that be. And hopefully we're going on the sitting postures basically.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right.
So I can access your computer right away. So technology always hangs us. We can see all your files now. I can intrude into your system right now. All right, did you click that?
Yes. Are you not able to hear that?
Not really. I mean, it hasn't come. I don't see anything right now. Apparently, you need to close the window probably, or I don't know really. It's not really working properly. Your browser is running slow, looks like.
Do you see it now?
Maybe you would want to close it and start again, probably. I mean, I just see a screen which says computer posture there. And of course, I see a nice list, in fact, to my audience, interesting. She has back exercises, back sleeping posture, computer postures, lifting heavy weights and light weights. She has videos for you there, right, to guide you completely with practical examples, so that you are well guided. Well, Garima, I'm having a caller as well, so probably I'll take this call while you work out on this. Hello, please share your name.
Hi, my name is Srividya, and I have been going to Healing Hands for the last 7 years with Garima, and I have pains in all my joints, my back, my elbow, my knees, and thank God for Garima that she has truly healing hands, just like the name suggests. And not just the healing hands, actually half my pain disappears when I just see her smile. So thank God to Garima, I've been still walking the earth.
Wow, that's an amazing message, Garima. You know what? I'm curious to know about what all exercises you can tell us, what all right postures we can practice. So thank you so much, Srividya, for a beautiful message for Garima. And apparently we are getting to know her better this way. Thank you.
Yeah, so actually my question was the same, so I will just wait and watch the videos that we've all been sitting on the couch during this COVID situation. So I just wanted to know how to move around and how to keep ourselves fit and what are the exercises that we can do. So I just saw that you're going to share those videos right now. So I will just stay online and watch those videos, and all the best to Garima, and I hope she does really, really well going forward. We're all there for her.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Srividya.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Amazing. You're getting nice messages. And apparently, so with my recent experience with this internet, home studios, and the setups that we do, sometimes there is always a glitch. And we will have to wait for that though. So
let's see.
Probably you might want to go back with the screen sharing. So Garima wants to share a screen here right now. First of all, she would go with the right sitting posture, basically. She has a recorded version there where she would show how we are badly positioned and how we are positioned in the right way.
Does this posture look familiar to you?
Are you able to see it?
Maybe you might have to close this window and the posture will show.
During this time of lockdown,
white screen right now,
this population find themselves in these positions for around 24 hours a day.
Not really.
How do we know these postures will be the source of our neck and back pain? Both of these postures contain rounded shoulders, a forward head, and
So Garima, you wanted to show the postures basically, right?
Right.
All right. So Garima needs a magic right now to show her postures. So I think I should hopefully help her with certain good things. So with the posture part, you want to share something about the back, like the sitting posture, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me be the one to help you out with the technology. And I'm going to share something right away with Garima telling us about these sitting postures. Probably that might help. Garima, you may. One second. I will stop this screen sharing right now for once, and I'll come back again. We do our homework, when our guests come in, and if they want to show something interesting, we try to do our homework in a way that people can gather the information correctly. So
shoulders,
so I will replay this.
Does this posture look familiar to you? What about this one? Especially during this time of lockdown, the average population find themselves in these positions for around 10 to 12 hours a day. Little do we know, these postures will be the source of our neck and back pain. Both of these postures contain rounded shoulders, a forward head, an unsupported back, and improper placement of the feet, which all lead to strain in core areas of the body and long-term pain. We can avoid these issues with proper posture. The posture emphasizes on neutral spinal curve and proper neck and back and feet support. With these positions, pain will be much less probable, although we still advise taking periodic breaks every 30 to 45 minutes.
All right, so this was it, where you were speaking about the posture of the
sitting posture.
Okay, sorry for this volume. We seem to be a little primitive with our technical skills. All right, Garima, thank you. I mean, we saw this display where how people sit wrong and then they go. And I want to know from you, when we bend our neck, how much weight are we carrying in our neck on this head has, and the strain that the body gets because of that? Because that's a very particular question where people are not aware about that, and that is really, really a dangerous situation.
I totally agree with you. And that actually becomes a very important question, because we are on the phones, and where do we hold our phones? We hold our phones at about 60 degrees is where it is usually. So what happens is when we are in a neutral position, that is, our neck is straight, our head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds.
Wow.
And as we move forward, the weight keeps increasing. It does not mean the weight is really increasing. It means that's how much work the muscles are doing to hold the head in position or the neck in position. So if you are here, you are 10 to 12 pounds. And as you go to about 30 degrees, your head starts to weigh 30 pounds. And if you go down to about 60 degrees, which is where we usually use our cell phones, our head weighs about 60 pounds. Wow. So now your spine, which is supposed to take the load of 10 to 12 pounds, is actually taking the load of 60 pounds, which is a lot more than what it is supposed to. So of course it is going to not behave properly. I am not kidding you. We see kids nowadays. I have had a 19-year-old guy who had the x-rays of his neck, which looked similar to the x-ray of a 60-year-old person.
Oh my God.
That's how much the degenerative changes we are going through because of the posture.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So tell me one thing, if there is a kid who's playing almost 8 to 9 hours on a computer screen, playing these video games and all, do you mean to say these youngsters may come back with the problem of disc herniation or any other neck-related issues?
I will correct you. They may come back. They will come back. They will come back.
Okay. You're making me concerned about people in my closeness circle now. Oh my God. Amazing.
Yes.
We're not aware of this, you know. These are the things, you know, we take it very easy. We take our body for granted, probably. So
Absolutely.
nice. Thank you for those inputs, you know, Garima. And of course, about, you know, our day-to-day activities when we speak about phone handling, correct postures.
All right.
Can you display something?
Sure. Let me show you. So as I told you, usually this is where we hold, we text, and especially kids nowadays, they use both their hands.
You have a phone in your hand? All right. Perfect. All right.
I do. Okay. So, but how should we actually be holding the phone? We should be holding the phone right in front of us. Okay. So that's where it should be. You can hold it like this, hold it like this. I would like to have someone hold this phone like this and be on the phone for like 15 minutes. They have to keep the phone down.
You are bang on there. I can't hold the phone for even 3 minutes like this because my arms are not that strong. So you are trying to give us a controlled situation of using phones by holding them correctly, because you cannot simply hold them for longer duration, but that is the right way. It should be right in front of you.
It should be right in front of you where your neck is straight and you're not coming forward again. Your rounded shoulders. You want to push your shoulders back.
So I have a naughty question there, you know. How about if I lie down?
You can do that. Yes, you can do that and hold it like this. Okay. I'm fine with that. But again, I challenge you. How long are you going to be able to hold that?
No, the only thing is, I'm pretty sure half of my viewers would agree, when you actually lie down and look at the phone like this, it does drop on your nose.
There you go.
Okay. So,
I mean, if I look at the posture, yes, you're in the right posture because your neck is neutral. But again, you have to keep the phone. You have to have that arm strength to be able to hold that phone up there.
Well, I think I should be inventing an instrument or machine or something that holds my phone. You know, we have $1 million deal there, you know. So that's where it is.
Absolutely.
Thank you for those inputs, you know, Garima. All right, that's interesting. And Garima, now about our, you know, back, you know, the back pains that come. I want to know from you, does emotional stress have any role to play in the bodily pains that we get?
Absolutely. We see our body and mind work together. We cannot separate one thing from other. So if you are going through an emotional stress, your muscles do take that stress. Your neck, I mean, some people take more stress. Most of the people take stress on their necks and shoulders, but their backs also are affected because of that. So you do get muscle tightness because of the stress.
Wow.
So go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, sure. I'm getting it. Thank you. Thank you for that. So now, of course, you know, we have, of course, constraints of time, and I want to, you know, definitely show our audience about, you know, the other videos as well. I mean, specifically about your back health. First of all, first and foremost, guidelines from you before we play the video about the video that you shared about the right exercises for the back, you know. What are the guidelines to keep your back healthy? The lower back plays a very important role. Absolutely. And I have seen, specifically for ladies, they complain a lot of you know, issues about lower back pain or upper back pain, or majorly lower back pain.
Lower back pain.
What is the possible reason? And if at all, how to solve that issue?
Sure. So now when you're cooking, how many times do you bend down?
Many a times. I mean, you bend down your neck specifically, and then you bend down.
And you bend down to pick up things. You're putting things in the oven. You're taking things out in the oven. Your microwave is down or up, and you're not lifting properly. So all those things would add on.
I remember my dryer and the washing machine as well.
Absolutely. That too. Right. That too.
Okay.
So we should basically learn how to bend properly. And how to lift properly, and actually not just bending, lifting, and sitting, even sleeping for that matter. How we sleep has an effect on our neck and back. So let me see if I'm lucky enough to share the video with you.
All right. No, your luck is fine. Otherwise, I will attach my luck there and I'll play the back exercise video, which I apparently saved, while doing the practice run.
Okay.
My dear audience, this technology glitches many a times, and I ensure they should not ditch us enough. We should not get cheated by technology. So I try to take some corrective measures and try respecting my guest's time,
Okay.
While Garima is trying to find out the magic there.
All right, let me show you a right way to sleep first.
All right, perfect.
Okay. Sure. So this is, you're able to see the screen, right?
Perfect. And you may want to enlarge it if you want, or it's fine. It's fine. So.
Okay. So, so when we sleep on this side, whatever position we sleep in, the bottom line is that our spine should be as neutral as we can keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you see in the picture here, he's using a pillow which is supporting his shoulder. So basically area from your shoulder to your neck. So that's how thick your pillow should be when you're sleeping on your side. The reason is when you're sleeping on your side, you do not want to have a small pillow because your neck is going to drop. Now, when your neck drops down, you are compressing all the structures on this side and elongating the structures on this side. Now, as we talked about the muscle imbalance, so that's what it will cause. So you should use the right height of the pillow while sleeping on this side. And now if you see, he's using a pillow between the knees. So now the same thing happens there. If you do not have a pillow between the knees, the top leg is going to drop down. Now, as it drops down, it's going to pull the spine, the lower back, and it is again going to change the alignment of the whole spine. So in order for us to keep the spine in alignment, we need to use the pillows properly. We need to use the support properly. So for head, you should use a pillow which is thick enough to cover this whole area, and between the legs. Now for the top hand, you should use a pillow to support the top hand. Again, it is the same thing that it is going to drop. Yeah, if you don't have if you don't want to use a pillow, you can actually place the top hand on top of your body, and your bottom hand should go like this on the pillow that you have, or you can use an extra pillow basically.
Okay.
So that's basically what we call a loose pack position of the joint, which will be the most relaxed position for the shoulder.
Nice. Thank you for the inputs. Thank you. Interesting. And how about if people are sleeping straight?
Sure. Let me show you that as well. All right.
So, I mean, we are too ignorant when we really don't know. Okay, we feel sleepy, we'll just sleep in any posture. And of course, that's the reason some of us would wake up with some bad pain in our neck or shoulder, because something has happened wrong overnight because our posture was wrong. And that is where I, believe that we need expert people like Garima to guide us and correct our lifestyle. So,
all right. Can you see this?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. All right. So now again, when we are sleeping on our back, the principle remains the same, that you need to keep your spine in as neutral a position as possible. So when you're sleeping on the back, you can use a thinner pillow. But then again, if you're just using the pillow, the curve in your neck is not supported properly. So that is why, if you see, he's using a roll of a towel to support that curve. Nowadays, we have those contour pillows that you can use, which does support your neck. All right.
Interesting to know. Thank you, Garima.
And now if you come down there, he's using a bolster here. You can use, 2 pillows instead of, like, you don't have to have a bolster. You can use 2 pillows under your knees, and the reason for that is you have a curve in your lower back. Now, if you keep your legs straight out, your pelvis is kind of what we call the anterior tilt of the pelvis. The pelvis moves forward.
So, Garima, looks like the screen, you will have to raise up your screen a little bit. Apparently, the screen view is not clear. Can you pull up the screen a little bit? With your browser, can you lift up the screen up a little bit? Or you can enlarge it otherwise. So what's happening is in our display, there is a little error glitch, where the title of the show is coming right on the thing. It really is not visible there. I don't know if you're able to pull up this whole screen up. Not like that. Just hold it above cursor and pull it up. Yeah. Possibly I'll see if that works. Yeah, let me see. Because what has happened is there is a display going on. That's fine. It's okay. If it doesn't really work, that should be fine. That's fine. Maybe we can go on to the next video though, otherwise.
Sure.
So you're basically speaking about putting a towel below your neck if you're sleeping straight, and a bolster or something below your knees so that you're relaxed.
Right. So that the curve in your lower back is supported.
Sure.
And your abdominals are relaxed.
Right. And now about the back exercises, as my concern has been, if you have that, or otherwise I would play for you.
I would try my luck.
You may, and then otherwise I will just check it out. Because what happens is it's always these nitty-gritties, these basics, that we need to practice.
We usually feel pain.
You may please close it, Garima. Looks like there is a little error.
I'm going to show you some simple exercises that you can do maybe once or twice a day to relieve the pain and stiffness.
Yeah. So, in fact, what I'm going to do is probably I will pick up, and do a screen sharing for you, rather. So, let me see, where do I have to go exactly? Hang in, guys. I'm also novice here, trying to do something correct, and still a gentleman is coming, which is not in my area. All right. The thing is about our back, if we were to speak about lifting weights and all, advisable weights, what is the weight range we should be lifting in case we were to speak about,
weight range, I would say, it all depends on a person's weight, actually, more than the weight that you're going to lift. It shouldn't be more than 40% of the person's own weight. And it should not be more than 35 pounds. That should be the maximum that you should be holding the weight.
Yeah. All right. So I should not be showing this to people, man. I'm sorry. This is really a tricky situation. I should be coming back in a... Okay, so while we talk about this, Garima, now there is another issue that I would like to discuss with you. That is practical issue. You are a physical therapist, and this COVID situation, I'm pretty sure that your clinic might have been closed for quite some time,
Absolutely.
So what happened? How did you guide your patients? What was the method? It is in general, for people to understand, how, were they getting treatment from you? Because it's like physical therapy is something people look out for in-person treatment, So Absolutely. What were the challenges and how best, you were able to help them out?
Yeah, we, initially, truly speaking, we were lost too, because we had never done therapy online, what we call the telehealth. But then we started learning more and more about telehealth, and we started seeing patients online, and we have had amazing results with that. So basically, when I was seeing the patients online, I was teaching them certain things that they can do at home, certain things that they should not be doing at home. And then we would be doing the exercises together. And then I would usually send the exercises to them using an app. So where I would keep the log of how many times they're doing their exercises, if they did their exercises or not. And I know my patients did not like, because whenever I saw them and I told them, okay, I didn't see you that you did your exercise. Like, how did you know that? I'm like, yeah, because I have been keeping a tab on you. So, that's how we have been trying to do telehealth. And actually patients are loving it, because they, of course, for obvious reasons, they didn't want to come out of the house. There are so many patients who still do not want to come out. So we are still continuing with telehealth, as well as we are seeing the patients in the clinic now. Now we have started the
Perfect. No, we wish you all the very best. I understand businesses have been closed for long. It brings a lot of dent on your financial situation, So Garima, while I was talking to you, I was successfully able to get the video for the back exercises apparently. So I'm going to play this.
We usually feel pain in our back sometime in the morning, sometime during the day. So I'm going to show you some simple exercises that you can do maybe once or twice a day to relieve the pain and stiffness. And of course, if you have any kind of back problem, please consult your doctor or the physical therapist. So the first exercise that we are going to do is the single knee to chest, where you bring one knee to your chest, pull it towards your chest and hold it there for 5 seconds if you can, and relieve, and then do the same thing on the other leg. You can repeat this exercise 10 times on each leg, and make sure you do not lift your head up while bringing the knee to your chest. Now the second exercise would be double knee to chest, where we are going to bring both knees to the chest and hold it for 5 seconds and release. And then repeat the exercise for 10 times, and make sure that you are not lifting your head up even while doing this exercise. Now the third exercise that we are going to do are the trunk rotations. You are going to bend your knees and turn both your knees on one side, and you're going to hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to turn it on the other side. Now if you look at the model here, he is turning his neck on the opposite side. If you cannot turn the neck on the opposite side, that is okay, but please do make sure that your shoulders do not come off the bed. The fourth exercise that we are going to do is called a bridge. You want to bend both your knees, and you're going to lift your lower back up. And again, if you're able to hold it for 5 seconds, hold it and then bring it down. If not, then you can always do this exercise just going up and down slowly. And the fifth exercise and the last exercise that we are going to do is you're going to lie down on your stomach, and you can push up on your hands, breathing in while you go up, breathe out when you go down. And if you have problem doing this, you instead of pushing on your hands, you can push on your elbows and down. There we go. These are few simple exercises that will help you with some pain relief and stiffness in the back.
Amazing. Nice. Easy to practice.
Those are very simple exercises, and if trust me, if you do it twice a day, and it is not going to take more than 7 to 10 minutes, 7 minutes to 10 minutes at the max, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you did that before going to bed and after you wake up, it is going to help you tremendously with the stiffness in your back. And of course, 10 is not, if you cannot do more, if you cannot do 10, do less. If you can do more than 10, then do more. 10 is just a number, like don't get stuck on 10.
Perfect. Thank you, Garima. And Garima, of course, you know, we have positive time, and I, of course, wanted to showcase more exercises, specifically about lifting things. You know, this is one thing where we sprain our back.
Absolutely.
If we lift things, like, give us some more inputs there, and of course, then we can play the video of different lifting things. You know.
Sure. See, Jyotsna, if you're lifting small things, like you drop something while cooking, and you usually don't have any back pain or anything, you're okay to bend down slightly and pick it up. But again, it is a matter of forming the right habit, meaning if you bend down to pick up something, there are chances, because what you're doing is, let me show you. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So every time you are bending, right? So what you're doing is you're pushing this disc, you're putting pressure on the disc, basically.
Wow.
And over time, if you keep bending all the time, what are you going to do? You're going to herniate this disc out. So what we want to do is we want to maintain the neutral spine. Okay. So now when you're bending, how do you do it? There are few ways that you can do that. One is while lifting, you can either squat, where you can keep your spine straight and squat. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't know if my computer screen would be able to.
Okay, so I will help you out, Garima. I don't mind that. So let's try this video now, what Garima was intending.
Now we're going to show you the right posture. So in order to lift a heavy weight, you first need to move closer to the weight. Suck your belly button in to brace your back. And now you're going to squat to lift the weight, and lift it slowly using your leg muscles. And if you have to put the weight up or down, I would first recommend you to put it at the waist level, rest it, and then put it up wherever you're supposed to put it. And that's how we keep the right posture while lifting.
Awesome. Interesting. And back to back. Another posture where we speak about lunges. I mean, you stretch out your legs. Why do we do that first before we show?
Sure. So again, as I told you, to keep the spine in the neutral position so that you're not putting the strain on your lower back, the lumbar vertebrae, and on the disc. So to avoid that strain on the back, we are going to keep the spine in the neutral position. And if you are bending and you extend one leg while bending, basically you're going to keep the spine in alignment by extending your leg. And same thing while lunging. If you're lunging, you can rest one hand on one knee while lifting something, which again, you're going to be able to keep the spine in neutral position.
Okay, so let's show it to people then, how you are speaking about this lunges. So that
to show you lifting a light weight, which we have to do throughout our days. So if your back is healthy, you are okay to bend slightly and pick it up. This is how we normally do it. But there are other ways to do it. The first one is where you can actually lunge slightly and pick it up. And the other way would be where you can squat and lift. And the other way, what we can do is, and which is preferred especially if you have back pain, is where you're going to bend on one leg while extending other leg to keep the spine in a neutral position. To show you lifting a light weight.
Perfect. So, I mean, that's where it is. All right. Excellent. You did quite some good work for us, Garima.
Thank you.
Recording these videos with a wonderful, handsome young guy. Who is he?
He's my son.
Oh my God, look at that. Such an obedient and a wonderful son you have.
Thank you.
Such a nice display he did, you know. Very professionally, he's displaying everything. I think we can give him some good contracts. Amazing,
Thanks.
amazing. Thank you for, all these inputs, because see, what happens is we take our life very easy.
Absolutely.
And we do mistakes. Now, of course, your friend, Dr. Nima had called and she spoke about plantar fasciitis. And I always struggle to pronounce this thing and understand this problem. And I know a lot of people suffer from this situation. And it's all due to certain reasons. I need some insight from you, before we close our show. Of course, I have a few more questions. So give us a little insight about this problem and what is the general term for this? What is it exactly?
Okay, it's called plantar fasciitis. Okay, there is I wish I had a model, but I don't.
That's fine. You can generally let us know.
Yeah. So on your foot, there's a ligament. Okay, it's like a fan kind of a ligament, and it starts right from your heel, and it fans out and inserts in your in the base of your toes, basically. Now, when you are standing for very long hours or walking for a long time, there could be any reason that you can have this, but those are some of the reasons that we see that people get fasciitis because of that. But you can avoid it by first is you have to stretch your calves a lot.
So Garima, I'm sorry again, as I said, I'm about to close, so somebody wanted to talk to you before that, and I want to know more about how to escape from this heel pain, basically. Hello, could you please share your name?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Shiva. Hi, Garima. Hi, Jyotsna. What a wonderful show.
Sorry, I missed your name. Can you repeat your name?
Hema.
Oh, hi, Hema. Yes. Tell me, how are you?
Hi. I'm good. Thank you. Hi, Garima.
Hi, Hema.
I have to say it's a wonderful show. Healing Hands is absolutely the best place, and Garima does have a healing touch. All the videos were wonderful. I had a quick question about cramps.
Cramps. Oh, nice. Interesting.
Yeah. So, is there anything specific that you would recommend for, like the end of the day? Sometimes in my sleep, sometimes I get the calf cramp.
The calf cramp.
I don't know if yes. Is it something that I should do before going to bed? Is it something, some exercise that you would recommend or something?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Hema. Very interesting question. Of course, I never thought about it, but yes, we have faced these calf cramps in our lives, and they literally kill you for sure. I know. All right, Garima. Any expert advice there?
Yes. Usually, why do we get cramps? We get cramps because of there are quite a few reasons, but the main reasons are dehydration. If you're not drinking enough water, you have less potassium in your blood. And another thing is if you're not stretching your muscles.
Okay.
And what happens is when you get a cramp, what do you usually do? You just hold that muscle because you don't want to move in that position. I mean, you just don't want to move. But what is a cramp? It's basically your muscle fibers are all together, right? Now you're holding them like this, so they're going to come closer. They're going to make a faster, stronger bond, and you're going to feel more pain, basically. So what you should be doing is when you have a cramp, try to always stretch your muscle. Don't hold that muscle. Like if you have a cramp in your calf, you should always try to pull your toes towards you to stretch the calf. Don't just hold the calf and keep it there. It's not going to help you. But if you stretch, you will start to feel better with the cramp. So stretching is definitely something very important to avoid cramps.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for great input. These are the things. Thank you, Hema. I hope you got the answer, satisfactory answer.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling, Hema.
All right, perfect. Garima, you have quite good fans, and of course, we wish you good success, And my dear viewers, when I do research about right facilities and right kind of information to bring to you, we definitely have to understand whom we are talking to. What kind of facilities even Garima can provide? What kind of facility does she have? So we are going to give you a little tour of her Healing Hands Physical Therapy Clinic there in Edison, New Jersey, so that you can understand what it is. And there is very interesting thing I will talk to you about, Garima, because I noticed something specifically interesting there in your clinic. Nice machines. That's playing in the background. Garima, is it naturally playing there?
Yes, that's what we usually play. We always have instrumental music. As I told you, we want to create a very relaxing atmosphere for our patients. Mm-hmm. And that's why we always play very light and instrumental music always.
So nice. That's interesting. Wow, what is this? So many comments written there apparently. Looks like people have scribbled something. And I have questions anyways. I will ask. Sure. Wow. Nice facility you have, and I believe the social distancing would be nicely followed here with the kind of space you have.
Yes.
That is one thing. I see something scribbled on the wall. What's that?
Well, when a patient leaves, we want them to share their experience, and we let them write on the wall whatever experience they have had. So usually now patients have started calling it Wall of Fame.
Whoa, amazing. Wall of Fame, amazing.
So it's basically all the patients who have left the reviews on our wall.
This is something live. Interesting that your patients leave their reviews on the wall. And I mean, in the coming time, I will see these comments being scribbled all over those white walls. Amazing. We wish you all the very best, Garima, because, we understand with the kind of calls that have come, you've been putting in really good work, hard work, and you've been very famous for manual therapy. And why manual therapy sets aside, you as a facility, your manual therapy procedures, as compared to other people? I'm just a little curious to know. Other clinics also follow that, but you've been very famous for manual therapy. I've heard about this from many people. What is that power of touch?
Well, Jyotsna, I would say human touch always heals, right? I mean, when somebody is hurt, like even your child for that matter, if he falls down, what do? The first thing you do is you just go and rub the knee.
Right.
So touch has healing powers. And I'm not sure if like how our therapy is different, because we are doing what we are supposed to do. Mm-hmm. We try to find the driver of the problem, where the pain is actually coming from. Mm-hmm. We don't always go to treat the symptoms. We try to treat the cause of the problem. And in that, I mean, again, you have to be able to find what points are hurting, what joint is hurting, what joint is not moving, what joint is out of position. So basically, that's where our manual therapy skills come in. And I mean, yes, I'm again, if you ask me why, our manual therapy is different from others, I'm not sure, because I've not experienced anybody else's manual therapy techniques on me.
That's a nice answer.
So, but yeah, we try to do the best we can for the patient, and our therapists are definitely trained in manual therapy, because as I told you, we are big on manual therapy when it comes to treating patients.
Mm-hmm.
So
amazing, interesting. Thank you. And as I in fact said in the beginning also, I did have my fair chance of getting expert treatment from Garima, because of certain conditions where I almost would have ended up getting a surgery, multiple surgeries rather, and I was saved just doing going to physical therapy and getting cured. So yes, Healing Hands Physical Therapy has helped us, helped me particularly from that perspective as well. And now, of course, Garima is growing, their clinic is growing, and we wish them all the very best. Having said that, I understand to my audience today, there were basics that we discussed today, whether it was, right sleeping posture, the way to lift things, the way you govern your body, while you sit and access screens or computers. But I will come back with some more interesting things, deeper in detail with Garima, to guide you more, because the whole, the purpose of this show is to keep you informed and guided, of course. This is a community connect, and that's how we get this community sentiment. The whole thing is, the purpose is to imbibe right things in our lifestyle and get better together. And COVID has had bad, very, very disastrous, effect in our lives, and we need to come up better. So Garima, of course, it was quite some time, like we have been almost over an hour and a half, almost we are about to be there on the screen right now, talking to each other, and of course in front of the screen. Just to sum up a couple of things for a healthy posture and your joints being mobilized, if you were to sum up, give us some guidelines. Specifically, there are people who also complain of elbow pain. This pain runs, they call it carpal tunnel syndrome and all those things. We will come back on those in the next sessions, because these are the issues that hurt us more. And if we are more informed, we can be able to, we'll be able to save ourselves from this trouble. Absolutely. What is it? Basic exercises, basic regimen that you can follow, being at home, even though we're not running around. Of course, now lockdown is getting easy. People are going to parks and all and exercising. Basic things, basic inputs that you can provide that will keep us mobilized.
Sure. So Jyotsna, as I was talking about, I think someone had asked about the exercises for the neck, which I think I said I will tell them later. So let me tell, when we are taking that, as I said, I'll show you the exercises for the break that you take. So there are very simple exercises. You just want to roll your shoulders, roll them backwards, and do them like 10 times. Maybe you don't have to do it a lot of time. And push your shoulders back, like retract your shoulders. And the other ones, just move your neck, because we are always here. So you want to move it in extension, which we don't usually do. And then other one would be where you can find a corner in your house somewhere, or if not, a doorway, the frame. Put both your hands and try to stretch, because we need to stretch our pectorals.
Come up like that, okay.
Yes. And if not, you can just bring your hands together and push them like this. So that also will help stretching your interior muscles.
Amazing.
And of course, you can do some sit to stands, like again, to keep your muscles strong. Going up and down the stairs, you want something from the attic, or you want something from the top floor. Don't call your kids. Go and take it by yourself. Like usually that's what we do. We call our kids, okay, can you go and get me something? So maybe we want to avoid that. And we can do a lot of things. You are standing in the kitchen, okay? You can do some push-ups like right on the counter. Just put your hands and just do some push-ups right there, even if you do it 10 times.
Yeah,
So
just don't spill the oil on the floor.
You gotta be careful.
When you're telling about the kitchen push-ups, it's just that. Thank you for these inputs. And anything more about our walking, our legs?
Yes, you sure. I mean, truly speaking, as it is recommended that we should do 10,000 steps a day, and our phones are keeping log of everything.
10,000 steps? Okay.
Yes.
So my Android limits me to 7,000, says it's too healthy.
You're lucky.
All right. All right.
Okay. So you should definitely try to go for a walk. Walking is definitely healthy. And I would recommend going out for a walk than walking on a treadmill or elliptical. Because when you're walking outside, you are close to the nature. You actually feel happier when you are walking outside than when you're doing it in the gym or at your home. And yes, I mean, and I know a lot of people who buy treadmill and elliptical, and then what do they usually do? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and a week at the max, and then after that we only hang the clothes on that. So maybe it's time that we need to take those clothes up and start to use them again.
Hang the clothes on them, huh? That's nice. Nature connect is good. How good is hiking? People are going for hiking these days.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Yeah, but make sure that you wear proper shoes, because you want to have good supporting shoes. I mean, especially if you're going for hiking where you have lots of ups and downs. But that's amazing. You are, again, as I said, they are close to the nature. You're doing some activity, and it's definitely a recommended exercise.
Yeah, thank you. Why I asked is, of course, people are opening up, going to hiking places. If they're hiking, they're going to some sea beaches as well. Walking on sand, how therapeutic could it be?
Well, it's very good for your feet. It does work your what do you call the interesting muscle, especially for your plantar fasciitis, as we were talking about.
Are you sure? Okay, so if you walk on sand, it's very good for.
It's good for your feet for
the heel
strengthen
pain.
Those intrinsic muscles. Yes.
All right. I mean, we will come at length on those particular topics as well, because these are things that bother people. Amazing time spent, and the technology aired a couple of places with screen shares as it happens, as we work from our home studios. My dear audience, that was the day today. Garima, it's been excellent session. You gave us very nice inputs with those audio visuals as well, and we look forward to have some more sessions with you where we can go into deeper topics and, have some discussions. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much that you guys gave me a chance to be here.
No, we always try to recognize the right people in our community and bring them to the front, specifically when people are humble and modest, specifically when people have been doing good work and their work has been, recognized, and their people, their clients, or say the patients, if they love them, we should bring them. It is our media's responsibility to bring the right people in the front and give them the recognition. So that was the only reason, to get guided by you today. And of course, we wish you all the very best. I know these 3 months had been tough on your business as well, but as most of these businesses were closed, we wish you all the very best, successful and safer time ahead.
Thank you very much, Jyotsna.
Thank you, Garima. And my dear audience, this was today's session. I know, still experimenting with a lot of things in our life with our home studios. And we will be soon coming back to our real-time studios, and go live from there as well. And in few days, you will have another interesting session that would be on Ayurveda. How Ayurveda can boost your immunity. How the Ayurveda has gifted us with so many things that we have not even thought about. And we always resort to allopathic medicine. So there is this Ayurvedic field. We will talk about it in our next session with a special Vaidya, who's again based out of New Jersey. Until then, we wish you all the very best. Safe time, happy times. Good night. Shubharatri. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
You into the memory lane of golden era of music. रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई
और गले का हार हुई
शाम मस्तानी
मदहोश किए जाए
प्यार दीवाना होता है
मस्ताना होता है
जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना
यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना
मेरे महबूब
कयामत होगी
ओनली ऑन मना
आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी
కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి
Hi, this is Dia. Talent Hunt is my favorite.
Hi, I'm Tanmay.
Hi, I'm Urvi.
We're going to be on Monday's Talent Hunt.
Keep watching Mana TV from 8:30 to 9 p.m.
Keep watching Talent Hunt on Mana TV.
Regal Banquet Hall, your destination to create priceless moments with your family and friends. Create your own magical memories with us. Please call 856-333-6581 or visit www.regalpartyhall.com. We are located on 1444 Route 73, Pennsauken, New Jersey. Your location, our priority.
Welcome to Yoga and You, the mantra for life. I am your instructor, Kamini. I would like to take you on this beautiful journey towards health and happiness. Are you
Yoga
ready?
and You, the mantra for life. Only on Mana TV International every Sunday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Brand new show, Yoga and You, the mantra for life.
Investors, NRIA is making a special accommodation to help at this time. Use your 401k and invest in 10% cash flow realty with $750 million of new construction. Visit us at nria.net or call 201-210-2727.
Each person has a special story. A story of their own life, a story of their dreams, their aspirations, some motivation, some connections, some emotions and whatnot. And every story is important. Every life is important. Every person uniquely contributes one way or other to the world. That's where we at Mana TV want to bring special stories of special, rather normal people who are doing something extraordinary. It's my story. That's the name of our new series that is going to come to your homes through Mana TV. We want to stay connected with you to explore more about your stories. So do drop in to our studios to share your stories.
प्यार दीवाना होता है
Nostalgia, the show that'll take you into the memory lane of golden era of music. रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई
और गले का हार हुई
शाम मस्तानी
मदहोश किए जाए
प्यार दीवाना होता है
मस्ताना होता है
जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना।
यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना।
मेरे महबूब
कयामत होगी।
Only on Mana TV.
आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी।
కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి.
Hi, this is Dia. Talent Hunt is my favorite.
Hi, I'm Tanmay.
Hi, I'm Urvi.
We're going to be on Monday's Talent Hunt.
Keep watching Mana TV from 8:30 to 9 p.m.
Keep watching Talent Hunt on Mana TV.
Regal Banquet Hall, your destination to create priceless moments with your family and friends. Create your own magical memories with us. Please call 856-333-6581 or visit www.regalpartyhall.com. We are located on 1444 Route 73, Pennsauken, New Jersey. Your location, our priority.
Welcome to Yoga and You, the mantra for life. I am your instructor, Kamini. I would like to take you on this beautiful journey towards health and happiness. Are you
Yoga
ready?
and You, the mantra for life. Only on Mana TV International every Sunday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Brand new show, Yoga and You, the mantra for life.
Investors, NRIA is making a special accommodation to help at this time. Use your 401k and invest in 10% cash flow realty with $750 million of new construction. Visit us at nria.net or call 201-210-2727.
Each person has a special story, a story of their own life, a story of their dreams, their aspirations, some motivation, some connections, some emotions, and whatnot. And every story is important. Every life is important. Every person uniquely contributes one way or other to the world. That's where we at Mana TV want to bring special stories of special, rather normal people who are doing something extraordinary. It's my story. That's the name of our new series that is going to come to your homes through Mana TV. We want to stay connected with you to explore more about your stories. So do drop in to our studios to share your stories.
प्यार दीवाना होता है।
Nostalgia, the show that'll take you into the memory lane of golden era of music. रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई
और गले का हार हुई।
ये शाम मस्तानी
मदहोश किए जाए।
प्यार दीवाना होता है,
मस्ताना होता है।
जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना।
यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना।
मेरे महबूब
कयामत होगी।
Only on Mana TV.
आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी।
కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి.
Hi, this is Dia. Talent Hunt is my favorite.
Hi, I'm Tanmay.
Hi, I'm Urvi.
We're going to be on Monday's Talent Hunt.
Keep watching Manna TV from 8:30 to 9 p.m.
Keep watching Talent Hunt on Manna TV.
Regal Banquet Hall, your destination to create priceless moments with your family and friends. Create your own magical memories with us. Please call 856-333-6581 or visit www.regalpartyhall.com. We are located on 1444 Route 73, Pennsauken, New Jersey. Your location, our priority.
Welcome to Yoga and You, the mantra for life. I am your instructor, Kamini. I would like to take you on this beautiful journey towards health and happiness. Are you
Yoga
ready?
and You, the mantra for life. Only on Manna TV International every Sunday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Brand new show, Yoga and You, the mantra for life.
Investors, NRIA is making a special accommodation to help at this time. Use your 401k and invest in 10% cash flow realty with $750 million of new construction. Visit us at nria.net or call 201-210-2727.
Each person has a special story. A story of their own life, a story of their dreams, their aspirations, some motivation, some connections, some emotions, and whatnot. And every story is important. Every life is important. Every person uniquely contributes one way or other to the world. That's where we at Manna TV want to bring special stories of special, rather normal people who are doing something extraordinary. It's My Story. That's the name of our new series that is going to come to your homes through Manna TV. We want to stay connected with you to explore more about your stories. So do drop in to our studios to share your stories.
प्यार दीवाना होता है
Nostalgia, the show that'll take you into the memory lane of golden era of music. रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई
और गले का हार हुई
ये शाम मस्तानी
मदहोश किए जा
प्यार दीवाना होता